into creating memories and building a legacy.
Yes.
It's time to accelerate our dreams.
Hey everybody, I want to make sure that I had my mute button on. It is Wisdom Live. It's Wisdom Live Chats. It's Wisdom Wednesday motivation, and I hope you guys are motivated throughout the midweek. And I am here. I am your coach, your entrepreneur, your CEO, Karen Oliver, your podcaster, all things. And I hope you guys enjoyed the intro of the new uh, season 6 on the Dream Fearless podcast, while we are currently recording and airing out Labor and Love podcast, the season 2. We're also working on season 6 for the Dream Fearless podcast, which will be available in March. And I think our first episode of Dream Fearless podcast will be released in March the 5th. On March the 5th. And so I'm excited for everything that is going on. I'm excited for everything that is going to take place. I just hope that you are excited about 2026. And I'm just excited to be before you all, and just want to chat. We do wisdom lives. We come in and we have different conversations. You guys can chat. You can leave your questions. And you can leave your comments in here. It's sort of like the coaching hub that we do on Mondays and Wednesdays at Coach Karen Oliver, which is my coaching YouTube channel. We have not been doing the coaching hubs. We didn't do the coaching hubs last week or this week because we've been recording for the Labor and Love podcast. But I will be doing the coaching hub this Wednesday at Coach Karen Oliver right here on my YouTube channel, because we are streaming live from Labor and Love YouTube channel, Coach Karen Oliver, and of course LinkedIn. So you will be able to jump in and know more about what we do at the hubs. Um, our Wednesday wisdom chats, we give inspiration, encouragement. I also um, come to just hear you all out with any questions or comments. I've been reading the comments. I actually just replied to some comments on my Labor and Love Mission YouTube channel page, and a couple of people said that the encouragement really blessed their soul. That they stumbled across the videos, and they were so glad they stumbled across the videos at Labor and Love. So I want to give a special shout out to God, because it is God who uses each one of us to give inspiration and encourage to one another. So I just want to say, God bless you all. Continue to keep listening and reading the encouragement. Keep being inspired. Keep being joyful, and be able to share that joy and that love with someone else, because we all need it. So I'm reading you guys' comments. I'm replying. So continue to keep commenting, continue to keep sharing, and make sure you tell someone, and make sure you subscribe. So on this Wednesday, Wisdom is Hump Day. So we all know, it's the midweek. Some of us we're out of the winter weather storm where we got this beautiful winter snow, but it was like a snowy winter storm. And we've got a couple of warm days here, just a little bit, but we know that it's still winter, and I know some of you all probably mind it, but I won't mind it if I was to see just a little bit more. No ice, but just a little bit of snow because we did get our share of snow. um Back to back, and so I was just glad to see it come, and it was very beautiful. I know the kids were out of school and I know they was loving it, but they was on school online. But anyway, I know everybody's back to work, everybody's back to school, everybody's back to business and doing business things. And so I just want to know on this Wednesday wisdom, like what is definitely on your mind? What is something that the question for you is, what is something that you're going to be wise about on today? What is something that you're going to um, be wise about on today? What is something that you're going to be wise about on this week? Um, yeah, and that's the question that just came to mind and just popped up in my head, or in where I would say the question that popped up in my spirit. What is it? What is it that you? What is something that you're going to be wise about on this week? What is something that you're going to be wise about on this week? I know sometimes we fall into the trap of we don't always make wise decision. I definitely understand that we don't always make wise decisions, but we also have the accountability to know, wait a minute, I have to be wise about this situation. I have to be wise about this decision. I have to be wise about what I'm doing and what I'm called to do. And you have the power. We talked about having the power and having the being to change things. We have the opportunity. We have choices in life. So we have the opportunity to turn a negative into a positive. That's just like if you haven't been wise in certain decision making areas, you have the power to change that. So that's the question. What are some things that you're going to be wise about on this week? Hey, Doctor, is it Dr. Sade? Hey, Dr. Sade, thank you for joining from LinkedIn. What are some things? I'm just going to put it in the chat. What are some things you're going to be wise about today? On this week, what are some things you're going to be wise about? And Dr. Sade said, my time and organization. I love it. I love it because you know what, Dr. Sade? That's something that I definitely need to do. Thank you for posting that. Thank you for sharing your feedback. That's something that I need to do. I need to value my time because I would get into working mode and I will continue to keep going and I will continue to keep moving. And sometimes we don't know how to sit still, and we need to learn how to sit still. If we have, you know, put in our 5, 6, 7, or 8 hours. Some of us we don't work a full 8 hours. Some of us we may split that up. We may have 4 hours of work, and we may have 4 hours of the day dedicating that to our business, whatever business or industry that you're in. So we have to dedicate our time um, uh, in a positive way, and we need to be able to make sure that we get rest, because I shared that too before, you all, that if we don't get rest, and then we won't be good, we won't be good for anybody else, we won't be good to do anything else. So I'm just going to put that in the chat. What are some things that you are going to be wise about? What are some things you are going to be wise about this week? And it really helps. um it really helps to um know that it really helps to take care of um, take care of yourself. I know we're always running and we're always taking care of everybody else. And let me just point this out too. We're always running around and we're always doing something for someone else, or we may be running around and just doing too many things in our own agendas, in our own um, personal errands that we have to do, whether that's personal or professional. We may be doing that, and all those things are important and good because we're doing things for the family, and those are things that we must do. But there are some things that we analyze ourselves. There are some things that we just need to understand and that we need to know how to put down. But we'll run around and you're saying, I got to meet this deadline, I got to meet this, and I got to meet that. I know there's going to be some, and I think what it is that we try to balance it all, and we've got to understand that we're never going to be able to balance it all. We just got to give some time to this pile over here, and we got to give some time to this pile over here. And there may be some things that may be like that, but when you're giving time to both, it's going to balance out. Well, I mean, and I'm not just going to say both, but when you're giving time to each um, important project, or each important personal lifestyle in your life, is going to balance out, whether that's your family, whether that is your career, whether that is your business. It's all going to balance out, because I think a lot of times we try to make sure that we put in enough time for everything, or we try to make sure, I shared this before, we try to make sure that we be there for everything. I shared that on my podcast, in a relationship podcast that I'm doing for season 2, and Labor and Love. Me and my co-host, we shared that how we're trying to um, really just dedicate and cater to everything at one time, and you cannot do that. You got to start with, you got to make yourself a priority, and then you got to make sure that you take time for yourself, and then give time to each. Give time to each thing, each uh, product, or whatever you have in your hands, whether that's a career, whether that's personal, whether that's family, whether that's relationships, your spouse. Um, it kind of it kind of dedicates around your whole lifestyle. You got to make sure that you're building that time. You're still spending time, and you're still building time with the things that are in your hand. But you got to make sure that you're not wearing yourself out. You got to make sure that you don't lose yourself. And that's just a little bit of information that we shared even on the podcast. And I hope you guys tune in tomorrow to the Labor and Love podcast, because we share some great nuggets and stuff, even on relationships. But I'm just talking about just your personal life, your career, your business. What are some things that I'm not being wise about? Um, on this week? What are some things that I just need to take a step back from? What are some things that what are some things that you need to do that you're not doing? So it's like using wisdom in our everyday life, using wisdom in the areas that we need to use it in. Because I know a lot of times, uh, um, like the word of God says, that wisdom cries in the streets. In the book of Proverbs, it says wisdom cries in the streets. We don't wear wisdom enough. We don't hold wisdom to our heart enough, like we're supposed to. We don't wear it, we don't act on it, and we need to wear it, and we need to act on it. And so I'm so glad, Dr. Sade, that you said your time and organization, because it kind of resonates even with myself, that I need to make sure that I use my time wisely, and balance my time. Because, like I said, for me, sometimes I overwork myself. If I'm leaving the healthcare field or clinic field, I'm overworking myself there, and then I'll come home and I'll do that, and that's just a little testimony of mine. But I have learned that I cannot do that. That I have to dedicate my time to myself first. That I need to give time. I need to make sure that I am still staying connected to my quiet times, journaling, getting my thoughts together so I can get ready for my business, and get ready for my corporate job that I still work on the side, and make sure that my mind is sharp for both. Because sometimes I can overwork myself, and I overwork myself on my business because I know that's my brand. Those are my brands. Those my baby. I have more than one brand, and I know the purpose that it has in it. But I know that I have to make sure I take time, um, so I can make sure I rejuvenate. I also got to make sure, for communication, for me, I would say too, I want to make sure that I'm communicating well. I want to make sure that I'm thinking out things well, before I even act on them, or before I even do something or say something. I want to make sure that I am communicating, that I'm actually watching the words that I say, and watching what I do, watching my next move, to make sure that it doesn't hinder anybody else, not just myself, but making sure that it doesn't hinder anybody else, if that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, because your words have power. And we know that it says that in the word of God too. Your words have power. And so you want to make sure that you are understanding one another, when you're in a whether you're in a business setting, or whether you're in a personal setting or a professional setting. You want to make sure that you are communicating with, whether that's one person or a group of person. You want to make sure that you are intaking what they're saying, and that you are listening, and you want to make sure that they're listening to you, and then taking to and in taking what you are saying. So both of you, or whether you're in front of a group of people, or whether you're presenting anything, um, you want to make sure that you understand what one another is saying. Not alone that, you want to make sure that you're showing integrity, that you're being respectful, making sure that your communication is clear, and making sure that both parties understand one another. So that makes sense. And as I'm talking about that, I'm thinking about some of us, we do a lot of webinars, we do a lot of presentations, we talk to customers and clients one-on-one groups, and we want to make sure that they are getting what they need. We want to make sure they understand what they're getting into, just like you have to understand what you're getting into. And that makes a lot of sense. And so that's my take on even some of the things I need to be wise about, even on this week, making sure my communication is clear, making sure that not only my clients and customers understand me, but my family understands me, and making sure that I understand them when we are communicating, whether we're communicating about something personally or professionally, because they all surround different types of relationships. They all communication. You're going to use it. You got to make sure that communication is valuable. It's not just, oh, I'm going to hear you and that's it. You've got to listen well. You've got to study well, and you want to study that person. That's why it's important to have relationships when you're building teams. I talk about that when you're building teams, just like a family relationship. When you're building teams, and when you're out there in the world, when you're doing presentations, when you're doing some of the stuff. And I'm not going to try to get too much into my master class, you guys, because me and my team, we are um, doing the Fearless Master Class, and the Fearless Scaling Master Class. And I will definitely let you all know if all of us will be doing different sessions or not, or if it'll just be one or two of us doing different sessions. But we're going to talk a lot about the blueprint of just showing up as yourself, and showing up in the room like you own the room, and like you mean the room, um, and making sure you are heard. Because sometimes we are in rooms and we leave out of the room and we're not heard. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna get good, guys. So you gotta sign up for the masterclass, which is posted on the event page on LinkedIn. You gotta make sure you sign up for it. So that is my key and thought today on Wisdom Wednesday, Wisdom Motivation. Feel free to post your comments, your questions in the chat. And I definitely will get back to you. I definitely want to hear from you guys. Um, you all who are following me on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, or whatever. Um, I have a mentor program, and so if you've wanted to inquire about, hey, want to see what the mentor program is like at WCD Coaching, or if you just want one-on-one coaching, because we do group, we do one-on-one, and I do have some coaches on my team that are very skilled, that are very valuable. So we have mentor groups. If you say, hey, I really need to, what I'm saying, I really need to just scale up personally and professionally, this a master class would be great for you. And if you say, hey, I even want to set up a consultation call, or I just want to set up a one-on-one Q&A, we're going to do Q&As as well. And when I do these lives on Mondays and Wednesdays, you all are welcome to come in and chat, and you're welcome to sign up for a one-on-one, especially if it's something else that you need to share. If there's something else that you need to talk about, if you need guidance, whatever it is, we can get on a call and see if we're able to help you, because not everybody is for you, not and you may not be for me or even one of my coaches. You have to see who you connect with, and you have to see who it is out there that can help mentor you and coach you. And that's why you have discovery calls. That's why you have one-on-one consultation calls, because you want to know, is does this person understand me? Does this other person understand my purpose and my vision for my life? And so that's what I'm saying. And so what I want to say is thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your shares, likes, and feedbacks. I hope to hear from you soon, and I hope to see you in the masterclass. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great afternoon.